Hello, hello. What time is it? Oh, perfect. It is 5:30. It is time for our Thursday night live question and answer with the Inner Circle. My name is Lanita Ellis. I am the lead certified HCG coach with Becoming New Again Medical Weight Loss Teleclinic. And so that's a long title. Anyway, I'm here to bring everybody up to date on stuff that's going on and to answer questions about the protocol. So I will give it a few seconds and let some people pop on. Someone's here. Oh, you know what? I can never see the comments and stuff, so I need to go on my phone. So I'll be looking up and down on my phone. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Let's see if it come in today. Carolyn, I thought you were going to bed. Well, I'm glad that you joined us. Yeah, you can't stay away. Well, thank you so much for your support and all your help. I truly appreciate it. Let's see here. It says there's 2 comments, but just too difficult. So let's see. I just want to make sure that the volume stays down. Video has no sound. Good. Okay, so let's see. Oh, there's the sound. There we go. Okay. Oh, darn it. There we go. Hi, Terrence. Hey, glad you joined us. And Janet. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So getting some people on. So I don't have, well, I guess I have a list. I have a couple lists. This has been a really crazy week for me. And so I am running in 50,000 different places and directions. The cool thing is that I actually have the energy for the first time in 2 years to run in 50 million different directions, but it's taking its toll because I'm not used to it yet. So it was interesting. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can pull it up. My mom sent me a picture from a year ago, and so this is one of the reasons why it's been kind of a crazy and really an emotional week for me. So lots of interesting stuff here. Let me see if my mom, bless my mom's heart, she, where did she put it? I thought she sent it to my email. Maybe not. She must have sent it Facebook then, maybe. Let's see. Mom, there it is. So I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh shoot, it's like really crappy. The light. Oh, you know what? Let me ditch some of these lights too. I remember that it's too bright. There we go. Let me see now if you can see it. No, that's even worse. So darn it. I'll have to post it. But it's actually a picture of me with, those are all medicine IVs. I was on like a gazillion tubes in a PICC line in my arm going into my heart. And so it's pretty crazy. And so it's a picture of me like when I was dying a year ago. So I didn't realize, I was so busy that I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention. I mean, I knew that the anniversary was coming up, but didn't give it a whole lot of thought. And then this week I've just been super emotional and realized that, it was a year ago that I was released from the hospital from almost dying. So it's quite an impact. And so I've had to kind of take some time and process all of it, which has been an interesting thing. So anyway, side note. So awesome, Terrence. I'm glad you joined us. You have a free evening. Hi, Julie. Again, talk to you today. I had like 6 calls today, which was totally awesome and cool. Kept me super busy. Plus, I had to run to the post office and ship out packages. So I was super busy, super busy. The Inner Circle special was really successful. And so successful that I'm actually totally out of stock. I'm completely out of US HCG, and I am completely out of offshore HCG. So I am, you'll go to the website and it says everything's out of stock. So that's interesting. I've had a few people contact me. So hopefully we'll have everything back in stock within a couple of days. Working on getting that taken care of. So let's see. We made some changes in the group and the group rules with the creation of the inner circle, kind of something I had been working on for a while, and finally it was time to create the inner circle group. Is a group for group coaching, and so that's the place where you're going to get coaching about dosing and mixing and stalls and hunger and basic challenges. This group is a recipe group, except for the Friday night question and answer. I'm here to answer your questions, but other than that, it's pretty much a recipe group, and the actual coaching that I do is over in the inner circle, and in there's also a lot of educational material on the protocol on phase 2 and phase 3. There's 2 different memberships. There is a 30-day or a monthly membership, so you can sign up reoccurring monthly, so you just pay monthly as long as you're interested in being part of the group. And with that, you get a 30-minute call with me to kind of help you line out your protocol wherever you're at. So like, say you find out about the inner circle and you're just getting ready to go into phase 3, then we set up a call and we get you lined up for your phase 3 or for whatever the next phase of your protocol is. And you get, oh shoot, I wish, so I forget what else comes with the monthly, and then there's lots of tips and such in the file section, and I'll be adding to that regularly. Like I'm right now working on a phase 3 document, because we have a bunch of people jumping into phase 3 soon. So and then there's the 9-week inner circle membership, and so it's just a one-time payment for 9 weeks, and basically that covers you from through phase 2, through phase 3, and the beginning of phase 4. And I'm probably going to be adding a 12-week also, which will then take you through 40 days of phase 2, 3 weeks of phase 3, and 3 weeks of phase 4. That one will be, and so it's a group coaching situation. So it's, not one-on-one, but I'm in the group answering questions, and we'll be doing a Monday evening conference call where everybody jumps on, and everyone can meet each other, get to know each other, become a real community, and so forth. And with the 9-week, you actually get meal plans for all of the phases: loading, phase 2, phase 3. I don't have anything for phase 4 yet, but I can come up with something here. And you get shopping lists, you get a recipe book, and then there's also, there's the guides that are coming out and everything. So with the 9-week, you get a lot of material included in that membership. You get a 60-minute call with me to get you set up for your protocol for phase 2, kind of an overview, get you lined up, do mixing of your HCG, whatever like that. And then you get a 30-minute call before you go into phase 3 for me to help you calculate your calories. I did one of those today. Calculate your calories for phase 3 and give you some, ideas about what kind of foods to eat and what kind of foods to avoid in phase 3. And then also for the 9-week, they'll be getting the phase 3 food list, meal plan. In fact, I was going over, oh, here I have it, working on it right now. So like some of the things in the phase 3 food plan are going to be a green coconut smoothie, chicken Cobb salad, baked salmon with asparagus. I probably shouldn't mention a whole lot of these because you guys are in phase 2, and that really kind of sucks to be. But you get the idea. So there's I'm starting out with week 1 of the meal plan, and it has recipes and also shopping list with it. So that's the fun things I'm working on right now. There's the shopping list, the meal plan. So this is what I do during the day. Anyway, so there's that Inner Circle, 2 memberships currently. There's a monthly where you can pay monthly. There is a 9-week, and then I'm going to be adding a 12-week to it. There will be packages to where you can buy it with HCG or without, like we had it. Everything, like I said, is all my HCG is out of stock right now. So working on that for you guys. So let me see here. Questions. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Education Missouri, weekly Zoom call, group coaching, Inner Circle. New rules for this group. You know, this group originally, well, it's kind of morphed and morphed and morphed, but it's an original protocol phase 2 group. You know, there's lots and lots of rogue groups out there that, you know, tell you can eat all kinds of crazy stuff that Dr. Simeons never put on his food list. And Dr. Simeons was really clear in pounds and inches that he added all of the foods that you can safely eat to be able to lose the weight, for your body to be able to, for the HCG to target the abnormal body fat, protect your lean muscle mass, and reset your hypothalamus. And that's the most important thing, is resetting of the hypothalamus so that you don't gain the weight back. That's why it's a protocol that has to be followed perfectly so that you don't just lose the weight and gain it all back again, but you lose the weight and keep it off. So, where was I going? My brain just jumped out of my head. Oh, the new rules. So basically, you know, I wanted this to be a place where people could come and share original protocol recipes and know that whatever's posted in here is going to be safe for you to eat, and not happen like with me when I first did my first round of HCG away from the clinic, and I started getting on these Facebook pages, and they started saying, you know, that you could have coconut oil in phase 2, and, you know, I tried it and it totally destroyed my round. And so, you know, I want to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I fell into by being in rogue groups that suggested really crazy things that ruined, you know, the round for me. So I want you to have a safe place to come and get great recipes. Are you able to ask questions about your protocol? Absolutely. Some may get answered and some may get deferred. We're no longer gonna, you know, go over questions about dosing and mixing and things like that, because there's so many variables, and, like, you know, transitioning into P3. And the reason for that is because really, when somebody comes on and says, I'm having severe hunger and, you know, should I change my dose? Well, there's a gazillion questions I need to ask. You know, how well did you load? What day are you on? Yada, 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 you know, all these questions. And this really isn't the forum to do that. Where best would be to set up a call with me, and, or, you know, come, you know, join the Inner Circle. So one of the free offers that I have right now is if you're a current client, meaning you've purchased HCG or B12 or anything like that from me, from the, you know, Becoming New Again medical weight loss teleclinic. If you've purchased from the clinic and you are a current client, then you have a free 30-day trial to the Inner Circle. So basically, if that's something you're interested in, I will post the link into the post, the comment. But make sure that you've you know, I'm only going to be accepting people that are actual clients of mine into the free. That's just a perk of, you know, being have purchasing from the teleclinic. So let's see, 30 days Inner Circle. Oh, bless your heart, Carolyn. You've helped me out so much. So the 30 days Inner Circle group coaching program includes daily access to me or in the Facebook month to month, on a month-to-month basis, personal access to me through the group for group coaching, weekly Zoom calls, a 30-minute strategy call, 10% off your next purchase, excluding items from the affiliate store. With the affiliate store, I don't regulate the pricing in there, so I can't give discounts. I'm basically an affiliate to other companies, and they regulate their pricing. So there's no way I can give you a discount for that. But anything that is in the Becoming New Again weight loss teleclinic, I can, you know, you can get a 10% off on that. So hey, Melissa, and hey, Jeanette. Jeanette and I went on a 6.6 mile hike a week ago from today. That's why I didn't have the question and answer session last week, is because we were driving home from the ocean and went on a 6.6 mile hike along the ocean, which was really awesome. So, hi, Tanya. Okay, so that's that. New rules. Okay, got all that. I need to take a breath. I'm talking way too fast. I've been going all day, and okay. So I'm ready to answer any kind of questions you might have, or yeah, any questions about the new rules with the group. So basically we're adding some admins to the group that are going to help with, adminning this group so that I can focus my time on my private one-on-one coaching clients and the inner circle. And I mean, I'm still going to pop in. It's not like I'm disappearing, but the teleclinic's really starting to take up a lot of my time with one-on-one coaching. So I'm having to shift in that direction. So I'm adding, so Carolyn and Russ and Helene. I'm going to be adding a couple more. Terrence, maybe? Question mark. Terrence, we would love to have you as an admin. We really enjoy the men and their help with the group. We're jealous that they gain so much or lose so much better than we do, but we really love having you in the group. So, and Terrence follows the original protocol, and that's one of my requirements, is our admins all have to follow the original protocol, understand it, know why it works, and be able to, monitor posts and stuff. So how this works, if someone posts something rogue, sometimes we'll let it through and address it and explain why it's rogue for the benefit of everybody in the group. Other times we're just going to delete it. Sometimes we'll let you know that we deleted your post so that you're aware, and other times we won't. And so basically, I mean, it's everybody's responsibility, because when you ask to join the group, in the questions it says, that you'll agree that this is an original protocol group and that you won't post anything that's not on original protocol. With that being said, some people don't know, that they're not on original protocol. Some people have been, gotten protocol information from their physician or a clinic, and they've taken it as gospel that it's actually protocol, and it's not. So if you are corrected by one of the admins on a post of yours, please don't be offended, don't take offense. We just have to monitor and make sure that this group is strict original protocol. And if you want to do a rogue protocol and you don't want to follow a strict protocol, then I would say this group's not for you, because we are strictly militantly original protocol. And so if you like rogue protocols like the Littman protocol, or Dr. Emma's protocol, or the 2.0 protocol, then I would suggest maybe you not be in the group and go and join those groups, because it'll just be a frustration for you and for us if you're following a rogue protocol, because we just don't. This is strict original protocol. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that just really appreciate the fact that it is that, and it's a safe, strict protocol. I saw questions in here. Sorry. Great, Janet. Yes, you're getting ready for P3, and you are in the inner circle, so you'll get some P3 information in that inner circle. I'm working as hard as I can. I won't be in the office tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday. I'm working more on the P3 food list. And yep, Jeanette, P3 is so important for keeping the pounds off. Tanya's starting day 1 tomorrow. Woohoo! So you've been loading. So have you enjoyed loading, Tanya? And Melissa's with us. Oh, that's right, Melissa. Yes. So, and come on over, Terrence. Become one of our admins. let's see, is expecting okay to take for fatigue and headaches. It has caffeine in it. Excedrin, I think you might have meant, is Excedrin okay to take for fatigue and headaches? It has caffeine in it. Would it help with withdrawal for you? Yeah, Excedrin. See the next one down. I'm pretty sure Excedrin, I would have to look it up to see what's in it, but I'm pretty sure it's okay. The caffeine's not a problem because Dr. Simeon said we can have as much coffee as we want. So can I post who the admins are? Yes. I will write down to do that. Post admins in group. There you go. I would ask out of respect, and this is one of the things I'm really having to get firm with, is don't private message the admins. We have personal private lives, and I know myself, literally I've had people call me on the phone at 11:30 at night wanting a mixing call, and I've had people you know, messaging me at all hours, and literally I have started responding to private messages with I'm no longer able to be communicated with through private messages, and that's because of my my schedule is so full now with my coaching calls that I just am not able to to get to all the private messaging. So your best way would be to schedule, and I'll put a link in to schedule a call with me, because I'm not going to be able to do, or join the inner circle, and then you'll have that access with me. But I'm not able to answer private messages, and out of respect for the other admins, I would ask that you not private message them either. If you have a question, ask it in the group, and we'll either get back to you in the group, or we'll let you know. So let's see. I will post the admins. Please read Pounds and Inches. Yes, I cannot. I can't stress it enough. If you're doing the HCG protocol and you haven't read Pounds and Inches, that's like it's the HCG Bible. Dr. Simeons did decades of scientific research. This is not a diet. It is a scientifically proven protocol to rapidly lose weight and reset your hypothalamus to keep the weight off. So it needs to be followed precisely, and the only way to do that is to read Pounds and Inches and know it. So there's a copy of Pounds and Inches in the file section of this group, and there's also a link on the teleclinic's website. You can find that at www.hcgwithme.com, and you look under About HCG, and there's a bunch of information there. Phase 2 food list, something with the protocol, all the phases of the protocol, and Pounds and Inches. So if you are on the protocol and you have not read Pounds and Inches, I suggest you get it immediately. It's only like 56 pages. It's not a fun read. It's kind of weird because it's old and written by, I think he was either Italian or German. And so it's an odd read, but it's fascinating to understand. And it's laid out, and the rules are in there. And so and I actually am working on creating a version of it that takes out a lot of the stuff that twists your brain up and just gives you the rules and the facts. So that's one of my other projects that I'm working on, and I'll get out as soon as I possibly can. So so there's that. Hey, Allie and Lindsay and Kristen, all kinds of people. Oh, I've missed a bunch. Oh, crud. Where's all the comments? Where have all the comments gone? Okay. Just joining. Hi, hello, Simone. No, so much. Yes, electrolytes, Tanya. For the first week, So on the teleclinic's website, under phase 2 store, phase 2 approved store, something like that, there's, I think it's called Volt 40,000 or something like that. It's a electrolyte, can help you, especially during the first week. Another thing is you can put a pinch of pink Himalayan, a couple pinches of pink Himalayan salt in your water to help with your the electrolytes as you transition. So, oh, there you go. Carolyn, you're on it. So, you enjoyed reading Pounds and Inches, Melissa? Yeah, that's why you're one of my admins. So, yeah, I like the nerdy admins that follow the rules and read the book. And, you know, I've read it so many times, and I know exactly where to go to find everything. So that's awesome. So let me see if there's anything else in here. Hi, Ellen. Okay. Awesome. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Anything. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, it's not quite been 30 minutes. Let's see. I'll probably do a phase 3 live next week in the phase 3 group, since we have so many people that are moving over to phase 3. And so kind of answer some phase 3 questions. I can take phase 3 questions tonight if anybody wants to ask any phase 3 questions. I think, Janet, you said you're moving into phase 3. So, you know, if you have any questions, I can answer some of those because we still have time. Like I said, I need to just breathe because I feel like I've been running all day. I'm like super hyper, and I drank a lot of coffee. Yep, Jeanette. Yeah, Jeanette has hers on her end table. It is her second Bible, Pounds and Inches. I know her personally and know that it is right on her end table next to her bed. So she definitely follows protocol, and she is one of our admins as well. So thank you all your admins for being on this call. So, well, anything else, anybody? Trying to think if there's anything else. What about moving to phase 4? Melissa, going to phase 4. You know, phase 4 is kind of uncharted territory because, you know, Dr. Simeons really didn't write much about it. I mean, he didn't write much at all about phase 3 and definitely didn't write much about phase 4. So essentially with phase 4, so here's kind of some rules of, and it's my opinion only, and just, you know, working with hundreds of people through the years. With phase 4, if you plan on doing another round of HCG, like if you've got more weight to lose, you haven't hit your goal weight, I recommend staying in phase 3, and then until you do another round. But if you want, I mean, you can add things back like more of the carby vegetables, like root vegetables, you know, like butternut squash or sweet potatoes. You can add back in quinoa, beans and lentils, you know, so healthy carbs. I'd still steer clear of the breads and the pastas, and definitely the sugars. If you want to start adding back in some natural sugar in phase 4, you can, you know, like honey or agave or maple syrup's good as a good sweetener. Some people just live on stevia the rest of their life and don't. I know in phase 4 that I'll do some cooking with maple syrup, or like I'll do a keto, make keto waffles and use, because I don't like the sugar-free syrup because it's like got artificial sweeteners in it. So I'll do keto waffles and maybe add a little bit of maple syrup to it. And so those are things that are, you know, but you want to add things like that back really carefully, and you'll be really surprised that, you know, and you know, that you won't gain. You're gonna, because you've reset in phase 3. Now, if you are keto and want to stay keto, then of course you can't add any of those carbs back in because keto doesn't have carbs in it at all. So, but my recommendation usually is from moving to phase 3, which a lot of people do keto in phase 3, and then move more to a paleo in phase 4, where you add the natural sugars back in. You can have plantains and bananas and peas and, corn and, the more sugary vegetables and stuff. So I hope that helped, Melissa, with your question about moving into phase 4. And so there, you're on your 3rd round and haven't been a crazy week at work. Do you think extra protein would be okay? Personally, no. Dr. Simeons said no. He basically said the food is the food, and it's there for a busy male worker and an old lady, sedentary old lady. And because basically your body is adjusting and using the fat for fuel. So it's been a crazy week. Your body's just burning more of your fat off. So Dr. Simeon said, the portion size and the food on the approved list are what they are. And there's no making up the calories, no switching off or trading the foods. It's pretty cut and dry that you eat what you eat. And on the original protocol, no, there is no adding extra protein in. Is it Jeannie Marie or Jean Marie? Hi. And I am a critical care nurse and run for 12 hours some days. Yeah, but your body's used to that, Ellen. And so, being on HCG, it shouldn't matter, because like I said, the HCG, so how HCG works is you eat 500 calories, but then it targets your abnormal body fat to make up the deficit. And so your body's going to be burning anywhere from, 2,000 to 4,000 calories a day, depending on your activity level. There's men that are construction workers that do HCG and do it on 500 calories. So no, there's no adding extra in on the original protocol. Now, if you want to do a rogue protocol, they let you. But if you want to follow the original protocol, there shouldn't be any reason. You shouldn't be hungry because the fat is being used for fuel. So you shouldn't be hungry. So you shouldn't need any extra food. It might be a mind thing that you think that you're busy and you need more food, but you shouldn't. As per pounds and inches, you shouldn't. So I hope that answered that. Okay. Awesome. Good. It helped you with that question, Melissa, about phase 4. Phase 3 is moving into phase 3 is interesting and tricky. But the main thing you have to do is you have to find out what your maintenance calories are for phase 3. And my personal experience with people is that get up to that maintenance calorie limit within a couple of days, because I've found that people that are afraid to eat when they go into phase 3 and they continue to try to restrict their calories, and they maybe only go up to 600 or even 800 calories when their calculated calorie ratio is 1,700 calories. I find that those people they start gaining. Most everybody, when they go into phase 3 and they end up having to do a steak day within the first week, it's usually because they are trying to stay on the phase 2 protocol and they're too afraid to start adding back in fats and calories. And that's just, you'll end up causing your body to go into starvation mode, which messes up your metabolism, pretty much undo everything you just did in phase 2. Also, if you cheat in phase 3, you pretty much undid everything that you did in phase 2, because phase 3 requires 3 weeks of maintaining, and that means eating on protocol. So if you end up adding carbs or sugars in phase 3, you pretty much just flushed phase 2 and all the hard work you did and losing weight down the toilet, and pretty much you're going to gain your weight back. And so there's no playing around in it. It's when you decide to do the HCG protocol, you decide to do the 23 to 40 days of phase 2, and you choose to do the 6 weeks of phase 3, phase 4. So you're looking at a couple of months that you have to work on your eating. But what a better time to relearn and replace old bad habits that have gotten you to be overweight with really healthy habits, and redo your entire lifestyle so that you keep the weight off and you can have energy and feel active and enjoy the life. I mean, we all go on. None of us choose an extreme protocol like the HCG protocol unless we're really motivated to get the weight off. So if you make that choice to do it, get serious and be serious through the whole thing, and follow. It's called a protocol for a reason. It's not a diet. It is a protocol, and a protocol requires following the rules. Diets allow for cheat days. The HCG protocol, original protocol, does not allow for any cheating. So in these groups where it's like, oh, I cheated, and everybody comes back and says, oh, you're human, it's okay. I'm sorry. No, it's not. You made a commitment to yourself. And Carolyn said it great once when I was talking to her. She says, you don't cheat on your husband. Why would you cheat on yourself with your protocol? It's all a matter of mindset of, you chose to do this protocol, so do it right and stick to it. And it's only a couple months out of your life. And so we can all stick to something that's difficult, for a couple of months. So I know I'm so hard, but all I care for your guys' health, and I want to make sure, I don't so much care about your weight loss. I care about your future health. And the weight loss is the benefit, but the new lifestyle and doing it healthy is what's important to me. Because there's so many things out there that you could do. You could go do shakes, go live on shakes for a couple of months and lose weight. But really, what's that going to teach you long term, and how's it going to affect your long term life? And I'm here for you guys long term. This is, I told someone the other day, this isn't a sprint. I know you want to get it off and you want to rush and hurry through it, but that's a dangerous mindset. You kind of have to get a mindset of settling in, realizing that this is a long-term marathon, and find your rhythm, find your pace, and just put one foot in front of the other, like you do if you were running a marathon. You just kind of, I run half marathons. Well, I did. My goal is to start, get healthy enough to do it again. But when you run a half marathon, you set your goal and you keep it in front of you. And when there's hills that you're having to climb, and it's hard and your body's screaming at you and you want to quit and you're tired, and, and it would be easy just to say, why am I doing this? It's dumb. But, you set your goal and you keep that in front of you. And I know, like with myself, when I'm doing an incline and the road's going up, I look at the ground and it all looks level down there, because it's like, and I just keep my eye on the prize. And someone the other day said I need to quit looking at the ground and I need to start looking up at the trees and the birds. I'll end up falling on my face if I do that. So, but, my point is that when you make a choice to do the HCG protocol, focus on your prize. Count your cost. Know you're going to have some difficult, struggling times, but in the end, it's all going to be worth it. So I'll get off my soapbox. Sorry. It's my passion. Is phase 3 30 days long? Cody, phase 3 is 3 weeks. It's 21 days. And then you do another 21 days of phase 4, or you do a full 6 weeks of phase 3 if you plan on going back into doing another round of phase 2 if you have more weight to lose. Now, if that's from going to round 1 to round 2, if you're on your second round, Dr. Simeons has you at a week. So then you do 7 weeks, phase 3 and phase 4, and do another round. So this is for people who have 50, 70, 100 pounds to lose. You'll do your 40 days, 23 to 40 day phase 2. Your first time you'll do 6 weeks, then you'll do your 23 to 40 days, then you do 7 weeks, then you do your 23 to 40 days, whichever, however long round. The people who have, 50, 70 to 100 pounds, usually they do 40-day rounds. And then you're going to do 8 weeks in between, and so on, all the way through until you get your weight off. Will the inner circle group always be free for current members? No, only for this month. Um, Only for this month, although I am making a package where when you purchase your HCG and your kit, you can purchase it with the inner circle. And so, but no, it won't always be available for free, only this month. And so as soon as you hit phase 3, you up your calories to normal. Right, not everybody, Cody, everybody's calculated calorie for phase 3 is different. Somebody who is 140 pounds is going to, well, okay, today I calculated and they were 170 and they, so their calculated was like 1700. Someone who's still 200, hers might be 2000 calories. So that's why it's really critical. And that's why I offer the phone call, the transition phone call from phase 2 to phase 3 in the inner circle, because it's more than you can really go over in a Facebook group, because you need to calculate it out and, figure out what your specific calories are. And then, I help you target how you're going to reach them. Are you going to do low carb? Are you going to do low carb paleo? You're going to do keto, and then kind of give you some guidelines. Since I work in all of those dietary theories, I've got books and books and books. Well, my practical paleo book with all my bookmarks and bookmarks down here and bookmarks up here. So, I've worked in all these dietary theories. And so in phase 3, it's not a one size fit all like phase 2 is. Phase 2 is one size fit all. Everybody follows the same protocol. But in phase 3, different things work differently for different people. Keto made me feel really sluggish, and even after the week of keto flu, of detoxing and switching over to burning ketones, when I got into ketosis, the keto flu, weeks after that, being in ketosis, I still had really foggy thinking, and I felt sluggish, and I didn't feel good on keto. Now on paleo, I feel really good. And so, for me, paleo is a better option. So like for me in phase 3, a low carb paleo is a great. And so those are the kind of things that I can help you with, in coaching or in the inner circle with the 9-week coaching. Those are the kind of things that I help you, get on track. And I can tell you, I don't know of any clinic that coaches for phase 3. I have not seen. Usually they give you some photocopies of, their version of the protocol, and they see you once a week, give you a B12 shot, weigh you, and that's it. And then when it comes to phase 3, they're like, yeah, well, just increase your calories and don't give you a whole lot of. So it's so important that phase 3 is done correctly for the actual resetting of the hypothalamus, that I really want to spend some time with all of you to be able to really do it right, and so that you get it done and over with, and you don't have to just keep cycling back to continuing to do HCG. I mean, my goal is that every one of us gets to our goal weight and doesn't ever have to do HCG again. That's my goal for me, and it'd be my goal for all of you. So let me see here. Perfect, great. Do you have to pay every month? If you choose the monthly, Simone, yes, it's $27 a month, and that's a month to month, and it's just set up on an automatic payment, and you're able to stay in it for as many months as you feel you need to. Or you can choose the 9-week, and it's a one-time payment of all 9 weeks. And that one gets you the calls and the meal plans and all of that. So it's really up to you if you want to do the. Hi, Charmaine. I don't know that I've met you. You're new in this, so welcome. I'm so glad that you joined us. But Simone, yeah, you have the option of paying month to month, or you have the option of paying a one-time for 9 weeks, which is basically essentially your phase 2 and phase 3. And you know how important phase 3 is. It's huge, because it's so easy to be tempted and fall off. And it's like today, in my phone call today, my client is going on, she's going to be traveling next week, her first week into phase 3. So we, went through how to eat out, how to order, how to set herself up for success while she is traveling. She even bought a traveling scale, and she sent me the link. So I'm going to be adding this traveling scale to my store. So excited about that. But she bought a traveling scale that she can put in her carry-on and take with her. I mean, that's commitment, and that's the kind of commitment you need with phase 3. So I was so proud of her. So there we go. So I think, what else? Is everyone still with us? I always kind of feel like, because it's just me talking, I always feel like I'm babbling. That's the other thing in the inner circle. We're going to have a conference call. So it's going to be kind of fun, because everybody's going to be on, and we'll all be talking to each other instead of just me talking and, reading. And, it's kind of a weird thing to talk to, just talk with, nobody else there. So, and, if it goes well, I might move it over and do conference calls on this one too. We'll see how it all goes. But that'll be Monday nights in the inner circle. We'll be doing the weekly conference calls. So I'm excited about doing that, so we can all share. So, well, it looks like I may have answered. I don't know if there's any more questions. Any questions about the inner circle? Any questions about phase 3, phase 4, phase 2? Loading. I know in the inner circle we have a loading menu. I'm revamping it, because there were some carbs in there, and so I'm going to revamp it and make it more keto-ish, get the carbs out for a healthy load. And then, like I said, I'm working on the phase 3 meal plan right now to make it more keto-ish, a light keto for that. And like, those will all be part of the membership plan. So we've been on for 47 minutes, and I really appreciate all of you that have stuck with it and stayed on here and been part of the call and part of participation in it. And your questions have been awesome. I appreciate them. And Charmaine, where are you at in your HCG journey? If you're still on here with us. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I think I am. So, because I don't know that I've seen your name pop up. You might be new, or just someone who hasn't really said much before. Ellen, I hope that helped with the extra calories. I mean, I know I'd have to really talk to you. Do you really feel that you need it, or is it just something, logically you think, or is it a mind thing? Are you starving? That kind of stuff. It's really hard. I mean, like, I know I draw a really hard line, and I'm really hard-nosed about it, but, I kind of follow Dr. Simeons, and he says you don't need it. So I'm curious as to why you might think that you do need it, if you've got something going on that we might need to address. So, and if so, make an appointment with me. I'm going to put in the my call link, where you can schedule a call with me. Oh, something I need to also is, this is for US calls only, and I'm gonna add, because today I had a call scheduled that was from Puerto Rico, and I don't have international calling, so I wasn't able to go through with the call. So I'm gonna add that onto when you sign up for a call with me. If you're outside of the US, then you can let me know, and we can connect on Facebook and do Facebook FaceTime instead. I did that with someone 2 weeks ago, and it worked out really, really well. That way you can be anywhere in the country. I did it also with a really, really special, become a friend of mine who lives in Russia. So that was exciting. And then someone who lived down in Mexico last week. So I have, you know, the availability. I just can't do a cell phone call. I have to do it, you know, through a Facebook call, you know, Facebook Live, or, you know, make an arrangement to be able to do a call with all of our international members. And we have a lot of people from all over the place. And I also want to let you know that I do have HCG that can be shipped around the world. So if you cannot find injectable prescription strength HCG in your country, let me know and I can ask my pharmacy if they can ship to you. And that way you can, you know, get real HCG and not have to do drops. There's a few countries I know we can't ship to. We can't ship to Ireland. They confiscate it and they're really hard-nosed about it. But there's a lot of countries, especially like Canada, Australia, and countries like that, that we can ship to. So, you know, if you're outside of the country, outside of the US, and you are, you know, wanting to do the HCG protocol, it comes with a kit and everything. So just, you know, let me know, ask in the group, and I can ask the pharmacy if they ship to you. And let's see. You get really hungry after a long day. Okay, Ellen, do you space your food out? A lot of the people that end up really hungry in the evenings, it's because they eat all of their food in like 2 meals. And what I recommend is spacing your food out. So basically, like when I was on phase 2, I would eat my grissini stick at 10. Well, I'd do coffee and like a green tea Cali Kicker that I would, you know, it tastes like lemonade, and I'd sip on it, you know, all morning. I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, I would do coffee and then the Cali Kicker. And then around 10, I would have a grissini. At noon, I would have a vegetable and a protein. Then at 2, I would have a grissini. Then at 4, I would have an apple usually, or a fruit. And then at 6, I would have a vegetable and a protein. And then at 7 or 8, I would have, you know, like sliced strawberries. I know you're a critical care nurse, so that lets me know that it's probably pretty crazy for you to get food in, but that's the beauty of, you know, a grissini stick's pretty easy to get to eat quickly and without a lot of, you know, people noticing what you're doing. And so an apple too. I mean, I know that you would be able to steal away a couple moments and then just have your lunch there with you or your dinner there with you. But I find if you space your food out and you eat every 2 to 3 hours, you know, fast in the morning, like Dr. Simeon says, no breakfast. But then once you do start eating, eat every 2 to 3 hours. That helps to regulate your blood sugar and keep it nice and even. And that way you don't end up with that hunger in the evening time. So try that and see if that helps you. Before, you do space it out. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't, you know, you'll have to pretty much use your own judgment with it. I'm not able to really go with, you know, against protocol and tell you, yeah, you can, because protocol says, no, you can't. So that's going to have to be a personal call you'll have to make if you feel that it's absolutely necessary. So Melissa, 40, 30, 30, a good macro ratio to move into from 70, 25. 70, 40 your fat. No. Personally, I would never do 30% of carbs. I'd have to really look at it for phase 4. What I'm answering is Melissa asked a question about moving into phase 4, upping her carb ratio and her protein ratio and decreasing her fat ratio. Honestly, I probably would never go more than 10% carbs. There's, you know, and most of them are all going to be from carby vegetables, and 10, 15% max. I would never go to a 30% carb ratio. But yeah, in phase 4, it wouldn't hurt to more balance out your protein and your fat if you want. And I'll take a look at that for a phase 4. So like for a low carb or paleo ratio, macro ratio. for phase 4. I've never really, when I'd go to phase 4, I never really calculated it. Bad me. But, so, okay, great. Okay, awesome, Tanya. I'm glad. I'm excited for you that you're starting P2 tomorrow. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, you might have a couple of, sluggish days. Drink your water. Drink your lemon water in the morning. It helps to alkalize your body. It helps with detoxing. Take a detox bath if you need to in the evening. They can make you kind of woozy, the detox baths. It's a cup of Epsom salt, cup of baking soda, cup of Epsom salt, baking soda, something else. Sorry, Epsom salt, baking soda, and some other powder. Darn it, sorry, I'll have to look it up. But even if you just did the baking soda and the Epsom salt, hot water, soak as long as you can. It helps to detox, but you might feel really tired and sluggish afterwards, so do it right before bed. But that might help with, it's kind of helpful in, your first week of phase 2. And so, okay, you take your shots and do them at work. Ellen takes her shots, so everybody knows she's doing the protocol. You're brave. A lot of people hide this. Some even hide it from their husbands. I don't know how, but they do. So good for you. Taking care of yourself, letting everybody know that you're taking care of yourself. That's awesome. Like I said, maybe schedule a call with me and we can dig deeper into it. But, if you feel you're starving and it's absolutely necessary, with the eating more protein, so you're worried about gaining in phase 4. I do understand, just like when moving into phase 3, we're so worried that we're going to gain, so just go into it cautiously. With phase 4, I mean, basically your calorie is going to be the same. Or we can recalculate it. You can well, no, it's going to be the same because your weight's been, has been the same through phase 3. So your phase 4 calorie calculation is going to be the same, Melissa. So, just add back in a few things that, you've been kind of missing. Nothing, super crazy with carbs or sugars, but, quinoa is a good option because it's a high protein seed. It's not really a grain, it's a seed. So quinoa is awesome for in a replacement for rice. It's a nice side dish. Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. They're more of a paleo. So sweet potatoes are awesome to add back in. And but that might bump your carb ratio up. Just kind of, add it into your app and see where you end up. But definitely, if you're looking to lower your fat ratio and raise your protein ratio, but I wouldn't raise your carb ratio much more. Essentially, there's just a really lot. Carbs are just not great for us, I think. Hi, Chantel. Third time on HCG program. You're on day 1 of loading. Yay! You started off good and then you fall off the wagon. What do I recommend to stay strong? Honestly, join the inner circle because you'll get group coaching in there. I mean, it's the fastest way to, it's the least expensive way to get coaching, I guess, is what I should say. You need that, motivation. Stay involved in this group. Post your accountability. Take your weights and measurement. Watch if you haven't. I'm sorry. Let me see. Chantel, if you haven't been on this live the whole time, go back and watch the whole thing because I went over about resolve, setting your eye on the prize, making up your mind, being determined, being disciplined, and staying on. Being part of this group should really help you to stick to the protocol and not fall off. Reach out for help. If you're struggling, reach out in the group before you fall off the wagon. And, honestly, if people fall off the wagon and they don't reach out for help, then they actually really wanted an excuse to fall off the wagon. If you really, really want to be successful and you don't want to fall off the wagon, reach out before you do it. You know, if you start to see those patterns coming back and you're headed back towards that direction, then, you know, post in the group, I am struggling, I'm finding myself, I'm going to cheat, I need help. Also, I would need to know more, Chantel, you know, are you on drops? Are you on injections? Things like that, to be able to more, probably be best to set up a call with me so we could find out more about, you know, your history and possibly what's causing you to cheat. So you've got some good quinoa recipes, Melissa. Awesome. My husband, you know, we do quinoa with butter on it and just like rice, and he loves it. And that's surprising because he used to be a serious junk eater. So sorry I keep looking off, but I'm reading the questions over here. So, well, it's been an hour, so I should probably let you guys all go. I've got to go cook dinner for my husband because it's 6:30 here. So, and we're having, well, I shouldn't tell you guys because you guys are in phase 2. But I'm having a phase 3 dinner. So anyway, have a fabulous Friday. I'm not available on Fridays. I don't answer messages. I don't answer anything. I spend Fridays with my 2-year-old grandson, and I give him all of my time and attention. So have a great Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will be back in the office on Monday. And Monday night in the Inner Circle, we'll be having our first conference call. And hopefully I will update the website, and HCG will be back in stock as soon as possible. I'm negotiating and trying to get it in, and I know that I've got offshore HCG coming, but I'm working on the whole US HCG and getting it in stock, and I'm praying that it'll be here in a couple of days, and hopefully by next week everything will be, you know, it'll all be back in stock. So so if you go to the website right now, you're just going to see that it's out of stock. So okay, bedtime. Good night, Tanya. Enjoy phase 2 tomorrow. Let anybody know if you need help. All of you, if you're going to fall off the wagon, reach out, ask for help. There's so many people in this group, our admins and just our participants, that are here to help you. So there's no reason to cheat. Reach out and get some help, and you know, reach your goals, you know, reach your dreams. So have a great night. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.